Hey, remember that last video we did for 2012? We forgot to tell you it was our last video ever. Sorry about that, but to make up for it, we've got one last episode for you. Number 75, The Diamond. And just so you know, we recorded this 1 year ago because our heat from 1 year ago is still hot enough to be this diamond. Plus, this will probably piss some people off.
San Diego, California, January 31st, 1988. Site of Super Bowl 22 and site of another great moment in beat 'em down history. The Washington Redskins and the Denver Broncos were the two teams set to square off in Super Bowl 22. The starting quarterback for Washington was Doug Williams,
who may or may not have been black.
That's right, Doug Williams may or may not have been the first African-American quarterback to start in the Super Bowl, while the Broncos quarterback was John Elway, a man so white he played baseball.
You know, we don't know necessarily how much this sort of thing matters, but that's what you had here.
Williams was an NFL veteran quarterback who in 1981 had led the woeful Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise to the NFC title game.
That's when they were wearing the orange, the creamsicles, with Long John Silver on the hat. You ever seen when Doug threw the touchdown pass sitting on his behind? Drops back, he falls down, he's literally sitting on the ground on his behind and threw a strike. You know what, fall, but you know, principle, right? You know, you can do that.
Super Bowl 22 started with the Broncos receiving the opening kick and taking the early lead.
It scored the fastest touchdown in Super Bowl history. Elway threw a strike, touchdown. Let's go, right?
At the end of one quarter, Denver led 10-0 and it even knocked Doug Williams out of the game for a brief stint, but he would return for the second quarter.
You ask the average person on the street anything about Doug Williams, they don't know anything other than the second quarter of Super Bowl 22, and it does not matter what else might have happened.
And what happened in that second quarter?
Beat 'em down! That's what happened in the second quarter. Touchdown, 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 touchdown. Just boom, 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 over and over and over again. It
just became the finest individual quarter in the history of the Super Bowl, with Doug Williams completing 9 of 11 passes for 228 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Redskins went from trailing 10-0 at the end of one quarter to leading 35-10 at the half, making it not only one of the greatest, but one of the swiftest beat-em-downs in history.
The only thing I hate about it is it happened too early for us to have D'Angelo do the halftime show. D'Angelo could have come in, taken his shirt off, had that gold chain on, and all he just had to say was, that's it.
The game was over at halftime with the rest of the contest so forgettable, I don't even remember that Timmy Smith ran for a Super Bowl record 204 yards. Because this wasn't Timmy Smith's beat 'em down. This was Doug Williams' beat 'em down, although Williams would not be alone in celebrating.
All I'm going to say is this. I remember what it was like to go to people's jobs the day after Obama won. I just think I want Denver to win. I don't know. I just like orange. Those people. Hey, after everything that had ever happened with all these guys from here on, have you ever heard somebody with the Joe Gilliam, Terry Bradshaw story when people tuned into Monday Night Football to see Jefferson Street Joe start for the Steelers and they look up and it's Terry Bradshaw and Joe never started again. Doug Williams won it in the Super Bowl in front of everybody and there was like nothing that anybody could say about it.
Oh yes, they could. They could say it was another great moment in beat 'em down history.
Thank you so much for watching us 1 year at Bomani and Jones. Thanks to SB Nation and everyone who made this possible. Thanks to Hayes, Parmar, and Chip Patterson. And thanks to all the John Elway fans who kept on watching, even after that whole, beat 'em down thing. And he was a first-round pick. Remember that, out of Grambling was a first-round pick. He's the dude that threw the passes that split people's hands right there. And then when they went to the NFC Championship game in Tampa, he wound up going to the USFL because when it came time for a contract, they offered him less money than 6 backups or something like that were making in the NFL at the time. The USFL is like, we want to get good players. And in this case, the NFL was like, hey, I got one you might want to consider right there.